Hey, this is Kyle with the Montana fifth wheel. We have up in the front, we got a storage compartment where a generator could be put. Also, your land power cord. Here we got your battery in the box. Your disconnect power is right behind it. Remember, if you disconnect that, you won't have no power whatsoever. Manual light here. You go to the right side, you got your leveling system. So right now I have the whole thing level, so when you back up with your truck, just hit auto level and it'll level itself out after you disconnect from your truck. Power on to bring up the rear jacks so they're not down. Is you're going to hit the retract button, wait till that lights up, push and hold on the rears. That's going to bring all 4 jacks up. Now you can individually do it each jack at a time. That's something I recommend you reading through the manual. Vice versa, if you want to put them down on the ground, you'll just hit the button until it's off, and then you'll push the button that you want to do. Then lock it. Just hit your power button and it'll turn it off. And here's 20 or 30 pound LP tank. You have one on the other side, almost in the exact same location. Your regulators are going to be right here. Right to use this tank, left to use the other tank. Then here in the pass-through compartment, you have the spare tire tool, which the spare tire is right past the axles. You have your sewer line, your power adapter down, spray hose. Here's your water hookup. Outdoor shower, that's where the spray hose is going to go to winterize it. You're going to put the hose in here. Bypass your heater. Right now it's de-winterized. So if you want no water in your water heater, go push it over to non position. Right here you're going to hook up your hose. So you're going to hook up your hose, and then it's just going to use the pressure off the hose if it's in normal flow. If it's in fill, you're filling the tank on the unit, still connected into that. If your unit's winterized, if you're winterizing, turn it over to on. The water pump's going to suck it out of this port. Tank flush. Do not power that up until your valves are open and your lids are open as well. Right now they're open, now they're closed. Here's where you're going to run all your hoses and stuff up. Low point drains right to the right. Battery disconnect here, as well as your MyTV input cables here. Right to the right is going to be your exhaust. It gets extremely hot. Anything in front of it will burn. It's from your furnace. Your water heater already has water in it. It's been tested for the season. Your plug's in, and then for your element switch is going to be right here. Turn it off when you're done using it. That will still run if you don't. We'll come to the right. So we got on the back here, we got another pole. This is going to be your kitchen pole. Your sink and your sink up there, that's going to do what it's for. You can be in the compartment in the rear. Then on the rear, you have your input for your landline, your 240 input with a luggage rack system, so you can get a luggage carrier or bike carrier. Walk around to the driver's rear side. There's going to be where your spare tire, right underneath the rear slide. That tool will go right around that nut, and you'll undo it and it'll lower it. Now we'll work our way in the inside. So right when you come in the door, you'll see the cabinets. Your lower one is where your control panel is. This whole row is going to be lights. The right one's your awning. This right switch for your slides controls the 3 slides in the 2 in the living room and 1 in the kitchen, all in the same switch, so it will do 1 at a time. The left one's just going to be your bed slide. Tank heaters, if it gets below freezing, turn them on. Gas, that's how you're going to fire up your electric heater, and then also another electric side switch. Water pump, if you're using the water off the tank, you don't need it if you're using city connection. This is going to control your fan in the living room. To test what your levels, push and hold, black, gray, battery, it will show the indicator. Then that's it for the control panel. Right underneath the control panel is going to be your breakers and your fuses. Push it on the side, you have 120 breakers, 12 fuses, 12 volt fuses. Right to the right, you're going to have the furnace, as well as the max air control for the vent in your living room. Your furnace, you just barely need to touch it, tap it, and go on the fan, cool, and heat, and then when you're done with it, turn it off. The switch right underneath it is LEDs for above the TV. We'll work our way into the kitchen and work our way to the front of the unit. Here in the kitchen, transport with your fridge with the lock on. Without the lock, the doors will come flying open during transport. Open to do almost like a residential fridge, you have your controls here. Right to the right of this fridge, you have two light switches that are going to control the kitchen lighting. So you'll just hit these two switches here and half of your lights turn off. Whatever's on is manual. So on your vent, you'll have a manual light there, and then also a switch over here. Right above these two lights, you have a max air control for the kitchen. Underneath we have the electric oven. So you'll turn it over. It's all electric. You'll push and hold, and you'll hear the igniter go. Up on the top is just like an outside door grill. Turn it over to the flame and push the igniter. Okay, now we're gonna make our way. The microwave's the best indicator if you got land power. So if you don't have microwave power, you don't have land power, that's gonna be the best indicator why everything isn't working. How to bring down these ports, you'll see multiple of them in your unit. You just push the little red button in and slide it down and it disappears. Your keys are always on the fridge with one of our lanyards. You got a wine rack on this one. You got a lot of storage room in this series. Over to the living room here, we have your recliners. Everything's controlled on the inside. Lights, tracked and detracked, and then you also have a USB port charger on 2 of the 6. Fireplace. There is a remote, but it is also right here, powered up here. Right underneath the glass is going to be your audio. That's something you're going to want to play with. You can control the inside and outside speakers. You got your TV. We'll work our way into the master bedroom. Here you got a router setup. You'll have to call Furrion and buy a router. It's just pre-wired for wireless internet. In the bathroom here, we recommend transporting with your doors locked, your 3 glass doors. It also has a fan control to your right when you walk in the bathroom. Then we'll come in the master bedroom. Master bedroom, you got 2 individual reading lights. They're like an old school tap light. You got a button in the dead center. The other lights are controlled right underneath the furnace control. That furnace is going to operate the same way I showed you out in the front. With this series, you have the vacuum port. You just lift up underneath the master bed. There's all the hoses and everything for the vacuum. You have a master TV. You have a washer and dryer hookup. And then that's going to complete us for this Montana.